Okay, so here we are with another special webcast on Empire Avenue. Somebody asked me, they didn't ask me, they asked me if I could do a vid on how to do a mission on Empire Avenue. Question came from Father's Child 6 on YouTube, who is somebody that I've invested in on Empire Avenue and communicated with. It's one of the beauties of Empire Avenue, probably of all the social networks, the most conducive that I've seen to literally just meeting and getting to know new people on the web. So how do I do missions? Well, the first thing I have to do is log into Empire Avenue, which I'm assuming you know how to do easily enough that I don't need to show you how to do that. Go to empireavenue.com, log in. First thing you should always do when you log into Empire Avenue is go to my page, empireavenue.com/nerd, and make sure that you've maxed out on me. You should always buy all of my shares that you can, because it's me. Now, what happened is I've been doing some missions lately. Missions, what is a mission, first of all? A mission is a way that you can reward people for taking a certain action on Empire Avenue. You know, and I think about marketing a lot when I think of missions, because it kind of highlights what we really want to do in marketing. A lot of us don't think this way. Because we're not trained to think in terms of marketing a business or marketing a service or a profession or whatever it is that we do. But the reality is, whatever you do, whether you're an employee or self-employed, you're always marketing yourself. When you're on a job interview, you're marketing yourself. You're trying to sell somebody on the benefits of having you work as their employee. So, what's the point? The point is, with a mission, you want to think similar to how you think when you're marketing. When you're marketing a business, you want to think in terms of what's the ultimate end action that I want somebody to take. I want them to call me. I want them to fill out a form. Well, same thing here with a mission. I'm going to click here on missions, and the first thing it's going to do is it's going to list all the missions that are available to me to take advantage of. But this is about how to create a mission. So once we're here, we want to click on this tab here, which says Create Missions. Very intuitive. So we click Create Missions, and we have to give it a title. But before I do any of this, I have to think, okay, what do I want to do? I purposely saved up EVES for this webcast. EVES are the Empire Avenue currency, for those who don't know. And so I want to make sure, first of all, that I have enough to go around, right? And now I have to think, what do I want people to do? What specific action do I want people to take? And that's really the point of a mission, is you're rewarding them for taking some action. The typical ones are liking a Facebook page, or liking a video on YouTube, or plus, you know, hitting all the +1 and share buttons on a blog post. So we really need to think about what action do we want people to take. That's what we have to think in terms of. And then once we decide that, it becomes very easy to fill out this form. So the question in my case is, what action do I want people to take? To tell you the truth, I hadn't thought about it, which I probably should have before I recorded this video, but I didn't. So, and I've done the, you know, like my YouTube channel thing, or subscribe to my YouTube channel thing. I'd always do that again. But now what I'm really kind of digging is really doing things to help others out. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to pause the recording. I'm going to write a very short blog post listing the Empire Avenue profiles of some of the people that I've gotten to be friendly with. And I'm going to ask people to invest in those people. Use the EVES that I'm giving you to invest in those people. Okay, so here's what I did. I went to my Tumblr blog at nerdenterprises.tumblr.com, and I created a post with a list of some of the people. This is certainly, but not by any means, all-inclusive, but includes the people that I do tend to speak to on just about a daily basis on Empire Avenue, or more specifically on the Facebook groups that we've all created around Empire Avenue. So my mission for today is going to be to ask people to take the EVES I'm giving them and go invest in these people. And I'm going to suggest that if they're already maxed out on these people, that perhaps I can do something else for them, whether it's just leave a shout out and tell them Seth sent you, or if it's to endorse their blogs, whatever it is. But the first priority would be to max out or just buy shares in some or all of these people. So let's go back to the mission at hand, which is over here. So the mission title is, and I always like to come up with something sort of clever and cute to make it stand out. So I can do invest in my friends, but that's kind of boring. I can do buy my friends. I can do use me, use my friends. You always want to come up with something that sort of stands out, that, you know, makes yours stand out from the rest so people pay attention to it. So let me think about this for a minute. Okay. Own my friends. About the most creative thing I can come up with right now. Own my friends. Last week I asked people to invest in somebody that I know named Amber, so I called it Amber Alert, which I thought was kind of funny. Now, mission type, you drop this down, and pretty much you have one choice, but I'm guessing, based on the fact that this is here, it's probably a clue that they plan on adding in other types of missions. So for now, it's really just going to be including the destination URL. But before we give the URL, which, by the way, Empire Avenue, if you're watching, it might make more sense if I'm going to choose the type here, that the next option would be to put the URL in and then write the description, or maybe do the description before I choose the type. I don't know. Far be it for me to tell you guys how to run your website, but as an end user, thinking in terms of what's intuitive, the next thing I'm looking for here is, okay, where do I put the URL? And it's down here. But meanwhile, let's write a description. Please invest in my friends on Empire Avenue. They are all wonderful people, and I enjoy speaking with them on a daily basis in our Facebook groups, which you are also welcome to join. And there are 3 Facebook groups that I'll list for them here that I belong to. That includes this little community of mine. So I'll quickly go over to my Facebook page. I don't know how the links will render in the description, but I suspect they will render just fine. First one, of course, is my own, and anybody watching this is welcome to join Nerds Social Network Help. So I just go to the site to grab the URL, come back to Empire Avenue, and list them here. Come back over here. This is Chris Voss's group, Empire Avenue Winners, and I'm just, actually, let's go back up before that. This is Empire Avenue's Anonymous for the Empire Avenue Addict. These are the groups, just in case people want to join. Remember, this isn't the mission. This is just so people want to get involved in the communities that I'm involved with, where I've met these people, which is the focus of the mission. These are the groups where they can find them. Now we're going to include the URL for the actual mission, and that's going to be my Tumblr blog here, which, if I can find the right screen, there it is. So this is the URL I want them to go to so they can refer to this list and go invest in these people on Empire Avenue. Plus, as kind of a side thing, it's taking them to my Tumblr blog, which is new and I've been playing around with, and it's totally non-promotional. You'll see me basically just posting my Empire Avenue stats on it every day. But I grabbed that URL, and I want to make sure it's the specific URL to that post, or if I want them to like a Facebook page, you want to make sure it's the URL that takes them right into the Facebook page. Don't make people have to work for this. Now, here I have to set the criteria. How many EVEs do I want to pay out for every time somebody claims a reward? Do I want to do 500? Do I want to do 1,000? Obviously, the more you pay out, the more attractive it's going to be to get people to perform your mission. And in a case like this, where I'm asking people to invest in others, what I may even want to do is do a nice healthy mission like 5,000 EVEs, and I've saved up quite a bit. And then the number of rewards, well, you're going to have to do the math on this one, and they take out their commission. But let's just say base, if it's 5,000 EVEs each, then I want to decide how many rewards do I want to give out for that, right? So, well, probably the easier thing to do is just start playing around, seeing what happens. If I say 100, obviously I'm not going to have enough, right? So, and it'd be nice if they formatted these numbers a little better so it's easy to read, because it's hard to tell, but I'm pretty sure that's 1,000,000, 5,000 times 100. So I need to get it to come under 100,000. So if I do 5,000 times 10, and this is where the Excel might actually help. I do 5,000 each times 10, that times that, and then I can format my numbers in Excel real quick. That's 50,000, so I can do 20 of these. Theoretically, the total cost, I guess they're not taking out, perhaps they're not taking out an extra commission on here, because it's the total cost is actually coming out to oh no, the total cost is coming out to 200,000. So the EVEs, they're doubling their money. So maybe 5,000 isn't that realistic. Maybe I go down to 2,000 so I can do more of these. That way if I do 20 of them, it's 40,000. Let's knock it down to 1,000 because you want this to go kind of a long way. So you do want to take your time to play around with this. And the idea, again, you have to think about what's my objective. It's not so much that I want a few people to buy, shares in these people. The idea is to bring more people into our community and into our world. So I want this to go a long way. So I want to reach a lot of people, which means if I do a high number of EVEs per reward, I'm limiting the number of people who can take advantage of it. So, because they'll run out fast, especially when you do that high of a number. So at 20, let's go to 40. That's going to cost me 80,000. 50 comes out to exactly 100,000. I can go to 135. Let's see if I go to 75. That's 150,000. That's too much. So 100,000 it is at 1,000 EVEs. That means I'm going to be able to pay out 50 people 1,000 EVEs each, and hopefully they'll use them to buy the people that I've suggested. Now here I can set requirements, which means the only people who can get this mission are people who own at least this many shares in me. Right? I don't really care about this. And again, the idea is to bring in new blood. So why do I want to restrict it to just people who own shares in me? I don't care what their share price is. And I certainly don't care how long they've owned my shares for. Now, there might be other missions where I really want to specifically reward my friends for being my friends, in which case I would set this type of criteria. And I can limit it to a specific community. But I don't care about that either in this case. I can also choose to send shareholder mail. I stopped doing this because just discussing it, that's one of the nice things about having these groups, is discussing with people who are in these groups. We've all kind of agreed that we'd rather see the shareholder mail go back to being just that, to just being a mail, a nice message to people, instead of cluttering it up with missions. And everybody's kind of clicking right to go to the missions anyway, if that's what they're looking for. So this is, it's kind of a waste to spend these EVEs on a shareholder mail. So once I'm done, I click Save and Preview. And it took me to my profile for some reason. Very interesting. So let's go back to missions. Let's go to my missions and see if it created it. It did not. Why not? Okay, here it is. At least it didn't lose everything. Save and preview. Let's try this again. Here we go. Now we got the right screen. Previewing mission, you can test your claim link. So probably a good idea at this point to close all the other tabs here. Make sure it works. Test your claim link. You click on that. It just makes sure that it opens to the right page. It's a very good idea, because even if we think we've done it perfectly, I can't tell you how many times. And once you launch the mission, it's a little too late to say, oops, I got to go fix this. So make sure you take the second to test your claim link and make sure it's working. And then the other thing I like to do now, because I have these communities, is I like to go in and post and give people the heads up. So let's go into EVEs Anonymous, open this in a new tab, open this in a new tab. And you want to link them right to the mission. So you do have to actually launch it first, but once you launch it, you want to quickly be able to copy and paste in here. And the fact that it's 1,000 EVEs is going to be attractive, because most people do the minimum. They do 500. So click launch. It says it's just warning you it's going to cost you 100,000 EVEs. Are you sure? You click OK. And then here, own my friends, copy and paste. And then I can say new mission, ... go. Post it. Come in here. Post it. Come in here. Paste it and post it. Boom. Done. And that, my friends, is how you create a mission on Empire Avenue. I hope you're having an absolutely fantastic day. As always, if you have any questions at all, email me, Seth@nerdenterprises.com, or join Nerd's social network help group and post your questions here. We've had a lot of great questions about WordPress blogs and how to do different things in WordPress. So feel free to join this group. Just request to join. I'll accept it. And, of course, visit me on the web at www.nerdenterprises.com. I hope you're having an absolutely fantastic day, and I look forward to seeing you on the web.